Hey, how's it going, Bryan Singer? I'm Jennifer Lawrence's agent, okay? And, there's a little bit of a problem with the Mystique character. You know, the whole blue makeup, the face paint, the whole body makeup thing, okay? Well, we're gonna have to, cut that out a little bit. We're gonna show that pretty face because she is America's sweetheart, okay? Jennifer Lawrence, America's sweetheart. So we're gonna have to cut most of that, what makes the character, unique. We're gonna have to cut that out, okay? Okay, guys? All right. What's happening, film nerds? David the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of X-Men Apocalypse. And of course, X-Men Apocalypse is the 6th movie? 3rd of the, soft reboot? Bryan Singer, of course, returns once again because, let's face it, when there's no Bryan Singer when it comes to the X-Men franchise, things just kind of go a little weird, even though Matthew Vaughn did a great job with First Class. But we love the fact that he did hit that soft reboot button, and then, this time around, it takes place in the 80s, and the X-Men have to face their ultimate baddie, Apocalypse. Apocalypse, of course, is essentially a god. He's the first mutant that's ever been, and he's been asleep. He's been dormant for thousands and thousands of years, but he's come out of that little sleep, and he's a little mad at humanity. So he must recruit the 4 Horsemen, and we already know who the 4 Horsemen is. He gets them all together, and then we got the X-Men group. The X-Men group that we know, but of course they're a lot younger this time in this 80s world, and they gotta take them on, and that's pretty much it, guys. You know what the story is. So what did I think of X-Men Apocalypse? I liked it. I liked it a lot. Did not love it. Starting with the gripes first, and going back to that joke I had at the opening of this video, Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. I'm over Mystique now. I really am. Because it does seem like there's something in her contract, and I think there is something in her contract where she doesn't have to wear the makeup. She's just Jennifer Lawrence with curly 80s hair. Her performance is good, but they don't do much with her character, her actual character, and it's just like, they've done so much development in the past 2 movies with her character and accepting that, but for some reason they're not accepting it in this one. And I get it. She's America's sweetheart and blah, 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 and she campaigns for equal pay, even though when it comes to actors getting paid, it's all about the name and the type of movie and the budget, but yet, maybe, Jennifer, if you actually wear the makeup the whole time in the next movie, you'll get a lot more pay, and then you won't say that there's a gender pay gap, even though it doesn't make... Going off on a stupid tangent, but yes, it's just, I'm kind of over it. I'm like, don't put Mystique in the next movie, because first off, she's a good guy, and I don't want her to be a good guy. I want her to be a bad guy, and then most of the time, she's just Jennifer Lawrence, and it's like, just write her out, because Mystique was barely in this movie. Another gripe I have about the aesthetics of certain characters. Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse was great. Oscar Isaac is a phenomenal actor. He's underrated when it comes to that. Well, I think he's starting to be like, hey, people are really recognizing the guy, and I love that. Star Wars, and now this, and just other movies. Please watch Ex Machina. He's fucking awesome in that movie. Bryan Singer and other filmmakers. Oscar Isaac is 5'9". Tom Hardy is also 5'9". But as you can see right here, Christopher Nolan, using lifted boots and low angles, made him look giant. This is the X-Men's big baddie. Emphasis on the word big. They needed to make Oscar Isaac just a wee bit taller than some of the other characters. I really noticed this when he was like face to face with Magneto, and it seemed like Magneto was just a little taller, and I'm going, they couldn't just put a little stool underneath him? I wasn't one of those people complaining about those first pictures that came out, and everybody was saying he looked like, what's his name from Power Rangers? I wasn't one of those people. I didn't care. I was like, that's just the first image. Don't worry. It's all good. I think he he did great. Oscar Isaac did great. He was menacing. There's sometimes and there's like a little girl like a couple of seats down. I thought she was getting scared. Another gripe about the movie is the pacing. It does drag a little bit from the start. Like the first hour, maybe 45 minutes or so, it's just kind of like you're establishing the Apocalypse story. You're seeing him recruit. You're seeing Mystique kind of doing her thing too, but it's just kind of like you're going, okay, when are we going to see some mutant on mutant action bring it to me, please. But once it does kick into gear, oh, does it kick into gear. And if you're an X-Men fan, I mean, I'm not a huge fan. I didn't really collect the books. I had friends that collected books. Like I said, I collected DC. They collected that, so we kind of switched every now and then. But I did watch the cartoon a lot. And as soon as the battles start happening, it's fucking great. Quicksilver! Again, I mean, he's just a crowd pleaser. Somebody give him his own movie, but maybe not his own movie. He needs to be a sidekick of like somebody else because he's just funny. And they upped it from Days of Future Past. I mean, you when you watch Days of Future Past, you're like, how can they improve on his scene? But they did it. Somehow they did it, and it's a fantastic scene with a fantastic song that just goes with it and with the era. I like how they furthered the characters. I like that we got introduced to a new Jean Grey, a new Scott Summers. I like the fact that that is all happening. We get fresh characters, and they did great. The actors did great. Even Nightcrawler, all of them did great. James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender knocked out their characters once again. They really go in depth again and show some pain with Magneto. Shout out to that cameo. Again, trailers show too much. It's a constant thing that keeps on happening with movie trailers, but yes, it would have been a lot better if people didn't know that it was coming, but as soon as you saw where they're going, blah, blah, you know where it was coming. But the cameo was fucking awesome. Again, Bryan Singer kind of just goes, let me just reset. And said cameo is definitely going to make you look forward to said standalone movie that's coming out. So there you have it, folks. I really liked X-Men Apocalypse. I didn't love it. It dragged right from the start a little bit where I was kind of like, let's go. But once it did kick into the story and really kick into these characters, and then also the ending fight scene was fantastic. Quicksilver was fantastic. The cameo, fantastic. A lot of it was just fantastic. But, you know, I had a couple little gripes. So, yeah, I didn't love it. But am I going to put it on the favorites wall of 2016? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because I could see myself watching this movie again and again. You know, it's not the best one it's not even the best one out of the new 3 movies. I would say it's behind both of them. I mean, I think Days of Future Past, First Class, then this one. When it comes to the other ones, I haven't really figured that out yet, but X2 still really stands up there, really strong. So, yeah, I didn't like it as much as like First Class and Days of Future Past, but I still really like the movie. I liked where it's going, and I'm really looking forward to the next movie without Mystique. There you have it, guys. That is my film review of X-Men Apocalypse. Let me know if you saw it and what you thought of it down below in the balls area. And that's all I got to say about that. And thank you for watching, you beautiful people. You go ahead and hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to my other channel too. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and visit filmjunkie.com for all my videos.